Welcome to this week's episode of Sharpen Your Axe. Today we're going to talk about perspective. It's not just what you do or how you do it, but the lens at which you look at your life and what you're trying to accomplish. Enjoy. You know, Mike, years ago, I can remember, and I still have the book sitting on my credenza. You gave me a book to read, and the title of the book was Your Work Matters to God.
Yeah.
And what an awesome book, what an awesome way to recognize that it's not just what we do that's important, but how we do it. When you think about Churchill, and there's several thousand mortgage companies in our industry, but we're the only one that I'm aware of that preaches debt-free home ownership, that talks about how we want people to not have to pay a mortgage, that our belief is that every family that we come into contact with deserves to see their path towards debt-free home ownership, because when we can show people how to live financially better, as Dave calls a financial peace, to get a level of financial peace in their life, it creates hope.
Yeah.
And hope leads to opportunities that most families never even knew about.
Yeah.
And so how we do what we do and the perspective that we take to our daily work is critical.
Yeah.
Talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, I'm going to read a story, if that's
Okay.
okay, right quickly. I don't remember exactly where I found this, but it really had an impact on me. It's very short, and so I'm going to put my eyes in where I can read it. But it goes like this. A reporter saw a man carrying a load of bricks at a construction site, and he asked the man, "What's going on here? What are you doing?" The man replied, "I'm carrying these bricks from that truck over there, and I'm making a pile of them over here." A few minutes later, that same reporter saw another man carrying a similar load of bricks. And he asked him, "What's going on here? What are you doing?" That gentleman said, "Excuse me, I'm helping to build this university. It's going to be a great asset to our city and maybe for all of mankind. I was thinking maybe the doctor who will discover the cure for cancer one day could be educated on this campus. Engineers who will create new technologies to raise the world's standard of living may be trained someday in these very buildings. Sir, the possibilities are endless for this university, and I'm helping to build it." Now think about that, Matt. Two men working on the same day on the same job, but two totally different perspectives on what they were doing. Our worldview, the lens that we look through life at, are so important to how we choose to live our life, the consequences of the decisions that we make, the countless number of decisions that we make throughout our life. What lens are we looking through broadly on life? Are we looking through the lens of positivity? No matter how dark the moment may be, the season of life that we're in, are we looking through the lens of negativity? Are we looking to grow every day in our life? Or are we just kind of on autopilot, coasting through life? Do we have the perspective of an owner or a worker? You know, here at Churchill Mortgage, we converted 49% of the ownership of this company to an ESOP, an employee stock ownership plan. That simply means that every single one of our employees here, once they meet the minimum requirements, they're an owner in this business. So yes, we all work here, but are we coming to work every day with the focus, or the attitude rather, of an owner? If you're looking at through the lens of an owner, then you really care about your role that you play every day in this company. Whether you're a processor, a home loan specialist, whether you're the CEO, the COO, whether you're the receptionist. We're all owners here, so our ability to look through the lens of I'm an owner, therefore I want to care about every item of expense. I want to be sure that I'm taking ownership in my job, that I'm spending and investing the time to become better at what I do every day. I'm an owner, not just a worker. Yes, we are workers. We all come to work. But what's our view as we come to work every day? What's our worldview in life? Are we looking at life through the lens of how I can help other people? Or are we just looking at life through the lens of I want to work so I can get home, grab a beer, and watch the next ball game on TV?
You know, it's so true. If you take the story you just read and you apply that to what we do here every day, and you think about how we talk about we're working for families and we're not working on a file. And so if I'm a processor, I could either be working on a file and trying to get that job done as quick as I can, or I can recognize that I'm serving a family. And that family's going to have potentially children, and those children are going to be raised with hopes and dreams of their own, and their parents' ability to create a safe home for them, safe in terms of physically safe but financially safe. They're financing it in a way that's going to afford them the ability to provide for that child as they grow, and not create all of the financial hardships in life that so often lead towards to a destruction of family.
It's a totally different perspective, and I'll tell you that I'm proud. People often talk about the culture that we have here at Churchill, and that's for another time to go in depth about our culture. But you know, when you look at our culture, one of the things that becomes clear is that most, if not all, of our employees tend to really look through that lens that you just mentioned. We do work for families, not just files. And when you read the countless surveys we get back, some of them will almost bring you to tears when you realize the value we bring to help families achieve their life, sometimes their lifelong goal of owning a home, the impact that that's had on them. So how do we look at our work? Are we looking at it as an owner? Or are we looking at it through the lens of every day I'm helping people with the single largest financial transaction that most families ever make? Or am I just coming to work right on time, leaving as soon as I can, and just working on files? I'm really thankful that most all of our employees take that ownership viewpoint. That they are the guy building the great university, not the guy just moving the bricks from there to here.
Their work matters.
Their work matters.
How they view it matters.
Our work matters.